The security guard was surprised to find that the secretary was half a centimeter taller than he remembered. Even her walking pace was slightly faster than usual. He quickly realized that the person in front of him was not the real secretary. It was likely an assassin who had infiltrated the company. Sure enough, when the assassin noticed the guard tailing her, she immediately engaged him in a fight. But the guard easily subdued her in just a few moves. It turned out the guard was once the top assassin in the world's most powerful organization. However, he had grown tired of the violence, so he left the organization, hoping to live a normal life. That day, he accidentally stumbled upon a group of thugs kidnapping the beautiful CEO. At first, the guard didn't want to get involved, but the thugs, unaware of who he was, wouldn't let him leave easily. They even insisted on teaching him a lesson. Seeing this, the guard had no choice. He quickly took action and dealt with the thugs effortlessly. Then he yanked the leader out of the car. The leader, seeing his bruised and battered underlings, froze in fear. He quickly explained that he was just following orders for money. Then he handed over the money he had received, begging the guard to spare him. Seeing that the leader had offered money, the guard decided not to pursue it further. After the group left, the guard went back to the car to untie the CEO. Unexpectedly, the unconscious CEO grabbed him and kissed him. Thus, by chance, their paths crossed. To keep things quiet, she threw $10,000 at him as a bribe. The guard thought she was humiliating him, but then she threw another $30,000 at him. Seeing the money, the guard's attitude instantly changed. He promised to forget the whole thing. Without any hesitation, he left the car and walked away. However, after he left, the CEO found his resume on the ground. She immediately called her assistant and asked him to contact the guard and bring him to work in the company's security department. Soon, the guard received a job offer from the CEO's company. He was told to come to work the next day. At first, he thought it was a scam, but then he received a text message from the company. Surprisingly, they offered him a $10,000 monthly salary. This made him quickly believe it was real. Meanwhile, the mastermind behind the CEO's kidnapping learned that their plan had failed. They decided to spend a fortune hiring an assassin to infiltrate the company and kill the CEO. The goal was to steal the chip patent she had. What they didn't expect was that the assassin they hired was recognized by the guard on his first day at work. The guard immediately revealed his identity to the assassin. This terrified the female assassin. Then the guard called her boss. Upon hearing that his assassin was caught, the boss explained it was their mistake. He begged the guard to release his subordinate and promised that they would never send anyone into the guard's territory again. Seeing that the boss was so cooperative, the guard let it go. Soon, the mastermind behind the assassination was surprised to find out the organization had canceled the mission and refunded the money. They still weren't giving up, so they increased the reward and hired another assassin. This time, they hired a top 10 assassin. Meanwhile, the CEO visited the guard's dorm. It turned out she needed his help to attend a party and wanted him to protect her safety. She offered him 3 times his usual overtime pay. The guard agreed without hesitation. But at that moment, he noticed a distant assassin. Without thinking, he knocked the CEO to the ground. However, she thought he was taking advantage of her and pushed him away. She didn't believe there was an assassin after her. It wasn't until a nearby water cup accidentally shattered that she realized the threat was real. She quickly took out her phone to call the police, but the guard told her that the assassin's weapon could easily penetrate the walls. He said they wouldn't have time to wait for the police. Hearing this, the CEO became even more panicked, but the guard calmly took out a playing card and said that this was all he needed to defeat the enemy.